I've got a headache, I feel unwell, and I'm hungry. No, I'm done with this. I can't do carnivore anymore. There are many reasons why you'll quit the carnivore or keto diets. And if you're just getting started with keto or carnivore, the chances of you quitting are super high compared to someone who's been doing it for a few months. And in this video, I'll explain the most common reasons you'll feel like quitting and how to avoid throwing in the towel. The first reason is headaches and generally feeling unwell. When you start keto or carnivore, you're cutting out stuff that you've been giving your body for years. Whether that's potatoes, that's ice cream, that's candy, that's bread, pasta, rice, whatever it is, these are foods that you've been relying on as staples for the whole of your life. And now you've suddenly cut them out of your diet. So it's natural that you're going to get headaches. And many of the foods that you've cut out have been manufactured in such a way that they get the right dopamine response from your body so that you want to eat them more and more and more. And when you're getting these headaches and feeling generally unwell, this is probably a response from your body that's very similar to some kind of drug withdrawal. The same as if you stop smoking, the same as if you cut out caffeine, the same as if you stop any drug. You're getting some level of withdrawal. And this is super hard to cope with, and at this point it's super easy to revert back to your normal way of eating. So what can you do? Well, at this point, you need to stay as satiated as possible. Do not let yourself get hungry. As soon as you get hungry, it's going to be much easier for you just to switch back. I've got a headache, I feel unwell, and I'm hungry. No, I'm done with this. So you don't want to get to that point. So you need to eat as much fat as you can. Stay satiated. Whether it's eating fatty meat, whether it's eating butter, whether it's eating cheese, something that's going to satiate you. Cook up some bacon and have that bacon at the ready at all times so you can snack. For me personally, one of the other things that I did is make sure I stayed hydrated. Don't let yourself get to a point where you don't have enough water, because that is something that's also going to make you feel a bit hungrier and make it a lot easier for you to switch back to your regular way of eating. You'll find if you get to a point where you're a little bit dehydrated, that's going to contribute to headaches as well. So stay satiated and stay hydrated. Number 2 is change bathroom habits. When you start the keto or carnivore diets, you might feel that you're suddenly constipated or you suddenly have diarrhea. When this happens, it's uncomfortable. And this is a good reason to feel like I just want to go back to my regular way of eating and my regular way of going to the bathroom. The important thing to remember though is this will pass. You are changing the way you've been eating for your whole life. It's natural that your body is going to go through an adjustment. You've been eating foods for a long period of time that potentially have been damaging your body. And going forward, you're going to be giving your body a chance to rest and heal. But your body has to go through a transition because it can't automatically detect, oh, we're eating this way now, and just change over. So there is going to be an adjustment phase. Once your body becomes fat adapted and gets used to burning fat for energy instead of burning carbohydrate for energy, things are going to calm down. So if you're concerned about your changed bathroom habits, what you need to do is remind yourself that you've changed everything about your diet and it's natural your body is going to need to adjust. Give it a week or 2 weeks and things are going to calm down. Number 3 is peer pressure. If you're just getting started with keto or carnivore, I'm sure you've felt these things or heard them. I'm not going to have a social life anymore. And your friends will tell you, come on, just have one. You're not fun anymore. I couldn't do that. You're going to kill yourself with all that saturated fat. Your doctor might even be telling you, your cholesterol's too high. Don't eat this, don't eat that. There's pressure from all angles. And this can be one of the hardest things to bear because what's going to happen is you'll come back to that original question all the time. What happens when I don't have a social life? So let's address that point first. You will have a social life going forward. You will get to the point in keto or carnivore a few months in where you are going to be able to socialize without worrying about food, without worrying about having to drink alcohol with your friends. You'll be able to have a good time without worrying about these things. In the interim, though, here's what you need to do. Whether it's your friends, your family, or your doctor, you need to have a conversation with them. You just need to say, I know it sounds weird. I know this is counterintuitive, but I want you to do me a favor. Give me 3 months. Let me try this out for 3 months. Don't complain. Don't whinge about it. Don't criticize it. Just give me 3 months to do this. If it doesn't work out, then I'll go back to my regular way of eating. Just give me that 3 months. Let me do it. Let me try. And as time goes on, you'll get better at doing the diet without worrying about what people think. People will get used to the fact that you're doing the diet and won't think it's a big deal. And you'll be proving to people how good this diet has been for you simply by the change in your appearance and the change in your energy. When you're watching TV and those food commercials come on, when you're shopping and you're walking past the aisle with the dangerous foods there, it's all too easy just to grab that food or just to give up and say, I'm going out to the Cheesecake Factory. So when that temptation is becoming too great, what do? The key here, similar to point number 1, is not to get to the point where the temptation becomes too great. Make sure you're in a position at all times where you can remain satiated. That means when you're at home, have the bacon, the butter, the cheese, all of the snacks available so that whenever you are feeling a little bit of a craving or a little bit of temptation, just do those snacks and get to a point of feeling satiated. When you are satiated, your willpower is going to be so much higher. When you're out, take some food with you or plan ahead and make sure you know where you can get some snacks if you need them. Just make it a new way of life for the moment. Don't allow yourself to get hungry. If you don't allow yourself to get hungry, then temptation can't take over. Finally, number 5 is lack of energy. Now, when you first go on the keto or carnivore diets, you are going to feel a lack of energy. Your body's switching over, your body's becoming fat adapted, and during that process, it's going to feel like you can't do things the way you used to. You don't have as much energy as you used to have. The key here is to accept that for the first few days to week, you are going to feel like you're lacking energy. It's a normal part of the process, and you just have to make sure that you are hydrated and that you're eating enough fats. Make sure you're giving your body the fuel that you know that it needs to burn to give you energy. And the thing you can look forward to is having more energy than you ever thought you would have. Because once you become fat adapted, that's what happens. Guys, thanks for watching the whole way through. Best of luck on the keto or carnivore diets. Please don't forget to click like and subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.